Hello everyone and welcome back to the survival world. Today we're going to be building my house up on this hill. Let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, I've gathered at least some of these materials that we're going to need. Mostly just going to be a traditional wood house that we're going to have, at least for right this second. We can always expand it in the future. I haven't figured out the exact layout yet. So we're kind of going to be just going along with the flow while building this, but I think it should work out. Okay, I think I have a pretty good outline for the basic shape I want to do here. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be very basic, very basic, but I think this is the shape I want to do here. At least right this second. I think this will work. Okay. One got some stone brick because I realized I was going to need that. So let's get back to it now. Ooh, okay, now this is a little bit unfortunate. So we're kind of going right up against this tree here, which is a little annoying, but at the same time, this is a nice big tree, and I do think we might be able to do something with this. Maybe have a small little rope bridge going up into it for a little tree house, maybe something like that. Haven't quite decided what to do with that yet, but for right this second, we're pretty much just going to be running right along the sides of it here. Okay, that's the layout for the first story figured out. Now let's just go ahead and outline where I'm going to put the second story, and let's just fix this real quick. 2, 3. Now what I'm trying to do right now with how I'm laying this out is I'm just trying to get a general idea of how I want this to look, essentially just outlining it, so that that once I have this frame built, it's gonna be a lot easier to fill in from there. Okay, I think this works pretty well here, although what I am considering doing is, what I'm just thinking about is that the sun sets over there, and I would like to have some kind of porch set up back here to like watch the sunset. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to go about doing that. What I could do is just inset the wall right here, maybe? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's either that or make like a second story porch coming out here. So first things first, let's figure out where I want to make the stone sort of foundation part of this. I could probably make it. And do I want to use... The real question is, do I want to have this entire first story be stone, or just this part? I'm almost thinking just that part. Just make it a little bit more interesting. But I think that it might be what I do here. I'll have to think about that for a second. I think this side I'm just going to do without the foundation, purely because I don't want this part right here to just be like pure foundation. I don't think that would look particularly good, so we're gonna try it that way and see how this goes. Not totally sure how it's gonna go, but we're gonna give this a shot here. And of course, if we end up being unhappy with how this house comes out, there's always the option to make changes and adjustments over time. have to be permanent necessarily. Yeah, let's try adding the walls in on the second story and then figuring that out, although I should kind of add a little bit of the flooring on the first story that we can, or a little bit of the flooring here so that I can walk around the second story better. We got those walls up now as well, so I'll make a staircase for access here. And sweep. And then let's see what it looks like from the outside. Okay. Yeah, I think we are going to want to continue the foundation around the entire thing. Otherwise it just looks a little bit weird. Doesn't really make sense why it would stop. So we're going to continue it around the entire thing. Now, if you couldn't tell already by the block palette that I've chosen here, this is meant to be a very, just classic Minecraft house, really. Like, I guess it's technically medieval, but for the most part, it's just meant to be, like, you know, reminiscent of those classic Minecraft houses. That's pretty much what I'm trying to go for here. Alright, so we now have the foundation completed here, and that's pretty much the walls all done here. So what I'm going to do before I go and add the roof is I'm going to detail these walls. Add in at least some holes where I'm going to put the windows, add some texturing, just to try and add some interest here. Because at the moment, I mean, it is very flat. I am going to have to figure out how to deal with the fact that this is a very flat building. But we'll figure that out. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make the second story a block taller so that we can have some bigger windows up here. Okay, so having given it a little bit of thought, I'm actually going to shift this a little bit more, and we're instead going to have the foundation be a block taller, and that'll stay 3 blocks, and then we can put the floor, actually in the same place it is right now, but it'll have this, yeah, it'll have this kind of act as like a bottom line to this wall, which will make that look a little bit better. Yeah, and then we can make up for the we can that'll still give us, because it'll be like that, and then window floor's still at the same level, so yeah, so the windows can still work that way. And I think I'm gonna do it that way, just to make this look a little bit better, especially from the inside. Of course, it does mean I'm gonna need to shift everything up, and I'm probably gonna need to get a little bit more stone, because I am running low on it. I have to say, not a fun resource to get early game. But, yeah, let's just go ahead and shift all of this a block up. Now, I was originally planning on having a time lapse for this build. Unfortunately, the replay file corrupted because I'm stupid and didn't save it properly. So, unfortunately, no time lapse on this one, but hopefully next big build we do, we'll be able to get a nice time-lapse going for replay mod. Now, I think I'm actually going to not... I think I'm going to do 2 small windows on this wall. Might remove these, but for the most part, I don't want to have too much on this wall, because I think I am going to put some kind of fireplace with a chimney over here. I'm not sure yet. Not entirely sure how I'm gonna set this up yet. Okay, so with that, I've successfully moved it all one block, and I think that is looking much better. Now, what I need what I need to start thinking about is what I want to do for the interior. I know that I want the second story to be more like aesthetic living space, like a bedroom, a little library, that kind of thing, and then have the bottom floor be more utility, have a little storage room, some furnaces, all that kind of thing. I know I want to have some kind of a fireplace somewhere in here. Just need to start thinking about where I'm gonna put all that stuff here. But right this second at least, we can probably just focus on figuring out where we're going to put the windows up top and starting to put in the roof. You know, I was tempted to put the fireplace up here, but, oh well, it is going to be a campfire, isn't it? So I guess that hypothetically is an option. Okay, yeah, hold on a second here. That is an option, now that I think about it. Although no. I'm not sure where I want to do that. We'll have to keep thinking on that one. We're also gonna have to move that. Make way for a large ocean view window right here. I almost see putting the fireplace right here, actually. So you can have the fire here, and then just to the right of it is the view out towards the ocean. I think that is what I'm going to do. It is a campfire, so I shouldn't have to worry about it burning the whole place down. But, yeah, that should work. And then right here, for now we'll make it a window, but if I do end up trying to connect it up to this tree, this could be a good spot to have a bridge connecting over to the tree. So I think that will work just fine. Okay, so I think we got all that figured out. Now I think I'm gonna do the roof next, because I'm planning to kind of build up into the roof just a little bit. I think I'm gonna do the roof next, although the other thing that I was thinking about, we'll just use this for scaffolding in a second, is I could make this part right here go up another story. Right? And I think I will do that, just to make things a little bit more interesting, because like I said, right now, especially on this side, it's very flat, which is not what I want. So, right. But, I think I will do that. We'll just have that corner over there go up another story. Maybe that's where we can put my bedroom. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Because this whole roof pretty much is just gonna be spruce stairs. At least for right this second, I will probably, like once I have like dark oak, I'll probably add some highlights to it. But right this second, I don't have dark oak, and I don't feel like going on a hunt for it right this second, so spruce will have to do, unless, yeah, spruce will just have to do for right this second, because I don't think there's, yeah, I can't recall there being dark oak around here anywhere, so this will do for right this second. Let's first do this little part down here. Okay, I might go on a hunt for dark oak in a second here, because I'm very much going to need it. I have a feeling I'm gonna get annoyed if I don't have that highlight block. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, so I think I do want to use dark oak as a highlight block here, so I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go grab some dark oak. If it's interesting, I'll include the little adventure to go find some. If it's not interesting at all, then the next shot will be me back here with dark oak. Okay, let's go. I'm not actually going to record. That's too much work. Alright, and we're back. I did not manage to find a dark oak forest after what was essentially me wandering aimlessly for almost 2 hours, but I did find a pillager outpost that I managed to scam some dark oak logs off of. About a stack and a half should be good enough for this. Still need to get some saplings at some point, but at least for right now, we should be good with just this. Okay, so we're kind of just going to be doing a classic A-frame shape for the roof here. Like I said, doesn't need to be anything too special. Going for a very classic design, so I think this will work just fine. So let's go ahead and get the rest of this roof in. And done. There is our roof completed. Or at least this part of the roof. Still needs to do that part right there. And done. That is the roof done. I ended up doing it the same direction as this, but whatever. That is our roof completely done, at least the roof part of it itself. Still need to add some more details to it, but at least the structure of it is completely built now. So with that done, the next thing to do, this is kind of cool though. Just open this up right here. And now we can kind of look down upon the second story from up here. Yeah, this is very nice. Okay, so now what we need to do, though, is, for one, we should probably go ahead and get these floors in. And then we need to start... I'll probably start by doing the windows and stuff. And then we can take care of, interior detailing. Okay, so floors should just about be done now. Now it's time to work on I think now it's gonna be time to work on windows. So what I'm doing right now is I'm texturing these windows, or these walls rather. We're texturing these walls so that just to give it a little bit more detail. So like up here we're going to be using primarily oak wood to do this. Down here I used cobblestone to do it. So we're just gonna go through and texture all of these walls. Okay, that should be all the detailing done for these walls. Now you can see how I used cobble down here. And I think it came out pretty nice. Now what I need to do, and yes, I went on a random raiding spree when I was out for sand. A little bit of stuff. But anyways, so right now what I'm doing is I'm smelting up some glass so that we can go ahead and take care of these windows. And while that's smelting, I think I'm also going to figure out what I want to do about the windows along this roof, because I do think it would be wise to put some windows into that roof due to the fact that, I mean, it does look a little bit plain right this second. So I'm going to go look into that real quick. Alright, so I didn't end up installing windows in the roof because I decided it will probably work out this way. Instead, I just added some stairs on the bottom side of it so that this looks a little bit nicer. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the glass into all these windows. Probably go ahead and add some railings to these sections. And once that's done, it'll probably... Oh no, then I'm going to do the chimney. Yeah, and then it'll be time to do the chimney, and once all of those things are done, it'll finally be time to work on the interior. So what I've done up here is I've added these little things up by these windows, which you'll notice don't have any glass, and that's on purpose, because only this one's going to have a ladder, but these are essentially just going to be, I'm not entirely sure how to describe it, but just a big open window coming into here, and this will especially be nice once I have elytra, because it'll let me just fly right into my bedroom. So I think that is gonna work pretty nicely. And then of course we're gonna go ahead and plug this up because we're just going to use a ladder to access the bedroom here. And this is going to be the bedroom. And now the question is, can I... No, I can't put the ladder there because I think all the way down. Put it... Oh, there's a window there. Here might work. I'm gonna have to go... Yeah, I think it's gonna have to go there. Put it here. I think it'll look slightly better. And yes. Yes, it does. There we go. That's looking very good indeed. Actually, can I put it here? No, I cannot. But that for a second I might be able to, but no, I cannot. Actually, hold on. Okay, I think that would be a much better place, actually. Because right here, it's kind of next to where I wanted to put my bed, which is a little bit odd. But right here will work quite nicely. There we go. And then my bed will go right here. And it's right here. Yeah, okay. This is coming out good. Before we do too many other interior details, I am going to go ahead and build the chimney up on the roof. So first of all, let's figure out where I'm going to actually put the fire. I think I'm going to put it on this block and make a hole in the roof where that actually is so that we can get it at the right location here. And so what we're going to do here is we're pretty much just going to do that. And then I think we're just going to have it be a standard chimney. We're not going to do anything too crazy with it. So let's do that. Then we'll do that. And then we're going to put a campfire on top of it. Make it look as though it's actually smoking. And to disguise the fact that there's a campfire right there, we'll just put some trap doors around it. Like so. And there we go. We have ourselves a lovely chimney. And I think, yeah, that definitely helps a lot here with detail and with the roof. Love to see it. With all of that done, before we do the interior, the last thing I want to do on this exterior is I'm going to add a couple more details, especially around the windows and around the first and second floor here. So I'm going to do that real quick and we'll be right back. Okay, and with all of that done, we should now... where was I? With all that done, we should now have the entire exterior of the building completely done. I really like how this looks. I really like how this has come out with the windows just giving it that extra bit of depth that was otherwise kind of lacking. It was kind of the main thing lacking from this building, but I think now it works a lot better. And the way this side kind of comes up from the trees, I think this is working really, really good. So now it's time to do the interior. And now up here, the first thing that I want to make is I want to go ahead and get the fireplace set up. So in order to do this, we're going to put down a campfire. And then I'm actually going to use brick for this fireplace because I think it'll look better. And so we're just going to make it very small right now. Just as simple as this should do. I need to get one more wall. And a boop. And there we go. We now have our brick fireplace, although I think right here it might be wise to not use the wall there, instead use the brick. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and now we have ourselves a very simple little fireplace up here on the second story. We can even get some, we just get like a little couch. I'll probably end up replacing this with dark oak once I get some more of that, but still have not found any good dark oak. So yeah, now we got a couch where we can sit by the fireplace and look out the window towards the ocean. And that is very nice. Other thing I want to do up here is I want to put in a little bit of a library setup. I'll eventually have more books to put here, but as of right now, this little setup should do. And let me see if I have any interesting plants that I can put there. I think a cacti will work nicely there. There we go. So we've got that set up, and now next thing I want to do in here is I want to put in some lights so that it's not as dark in here. So let's just do that. So, 2 down? I think 2 down should do the job. Okay, and that does light this up just about as much as it needs to be. And for my bedroom here, we're just gonna put down our bed. Of course, we're gonna be using a classic red bed, of course, the only correct bed. We'll put some trapdoors around it. We can also put a little bedside counter with a lantern on it, and that will do. Or maybe I'll probably end up getting a carpet or something to put there at some point. I'm not totally sure. I haven't quite figured out what I'm doing here. I just need to get some things in here. I also probably need to get another lantern for right here. Okay, and now for the first floor, we're just gonna put in a couple of lanterns scattered about, just to make sure that we have lighting in here. We can put one here, here, and we can probably put one there. Okay, and now we need to put, like I said, this bottom floor is gonna be a lot more utility, so in here we can put down our furnaces, and guess we can. I mean, this we can get rid of because we're using the one upstairs now. But yeah, I think this downstairs, I'm just gonna. I think that's the most interior that I'm gonna do for right this second, purely because I don't want to deal with moving all this right now, and I haven't quite figured out where I want to put all of that kind of stuff. So, at least for right now, downstairs is very, I mean, it's already going to be very, functional, so it's okay to have a little bit of a mess down here for right this second. And it's very empty up here, but I promise it's going to get filled up. I just, don't have the things for it right now, and it's not really my priority right this second. Right now, the house is usable, and it looks pretty good in my opinion, especially from outside. And that, I think, is good enough for what I need to do today. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Now, of course, other than the interior, the other major thing we need to work on is the landscaping around here, because I am a big believer that landscaping plays a big part in the immersion of a build, I guess would be the right phrase. It really helps the build stand out, and right now, it's not the best. But we'll get to that eventually, in the future. But I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye!